Welcome back to Dragon Ball's review. First of all, let's see who in this first saga is aiming for the Dragon Balls. First, there is Bulma. Yeah, she travels and faces every hardship and disaster just because she wants to have a boyfriend. What a bombastic request. Then, of course, there is Emperor Pilaf, who has wanted to rule the world from the start. Well, this is a truly bombastic request. On the other hand, there is Yamcha, who hopes to not be afraid of women anymore. He has no desire to be a ruler because his life is lived as relaxed as possible, guys. But unfortunately, none of the three people's wishes were granted because Oolong managed to steal the opportunity. The world is saved, Bulma is single again, and Yamcha still has to learn to deal with women. But will the Emperor be angry if his wishes are not fulfilled? Of course.
What? That means the Dragon Ball Grandpa gave me to remember him by is gone!
Friends, of course Pilaf was very surprised to see that there were prisoners who could be free and even messed up all the plans. Even the thick wall has now been completely broken through by Goku's Kamehameha. If it's like this, of course there will be nothing else but to vent his anger. Oolong is now considered a menu for dinner. Okay, so what will appear? Welcome, Shu's Dog Police. Okay, it sounds like these police dogs trained by Shu are pretty scary. Actually, it wouldn't be that scary if the protagonists had enough stamina. The problem is, this time they don't have it. Only Yamcha himself can still fight for a long time, while Goku is already exhausted from Kamehameha and hunger, while the rest are just burdens, like Bulma, Puar, and Oolong. So in the end, they were all captured again, guys, and Pilaf will give them a cage that's more fragile than before.
Because I personally designed the cell you're in.
So after being recaptured, what kind of prison will Goku and the others have to face? Man, it's all made of super thick steel metal and is completely impenetrable. At least it can't be penetrated by their normal strength at that time. But this is not the worst thing. During the day, the glass layer on top will turn the steel prison into a baking oven. Now Pilaf doesn't just want to punish, but also kill. But all the protagonists are also at a loss. No one can break their cage, and it seems as if they are all ready to move on to the afterlife.
And enjoy every minute of it.
So, in the midst of that feeling of resignation, Puar just spent his time looking at the moon. Ah, right, a beautiful full moon. Enough to decorate the night until the roasting time. But then Goku remembered and told a legend about the full moon night itself. He said that every night like this, a monster would appear, and that monster had even killed Grandpa Gohan. OMG, what kind of monster could kill a famous martial artist? And Goku didn't know. He just said he slept during that long and terrible night. Hey, wasn't that sleep a little too deep?
The last thing I remember was Grandpa warning me about the full moon and how I should never ever look at it. Huh?
The story about a monster on a full moon night a la Goku does sound scary, but wait, he slept? He slept after accidentally going out and seeing the full moon? Everyone there started to rethink the details told. So does that mean the monster is the child in front of them? That's right, because after accidentally turning around and seeing the full moon again, oh yeah, this is where Goku's true identity appears. He's not just a child with a tail, but also a big great ape. Soon, Pilaf will be punished by the creature, but we'll continue that for the next review. See ya!